metaverse.com. All right, let me tell you what's going on here. So this is getting crazy, but the metaverse madness. What? Metaverse madness. Now, Brock first brought this up to me a couple weeks ago on a Sunday night, and and he's saying, Dad, what are we going to do with this? And then later, where do you want to go to where to listen tonight? Ground Zero. Matter of fact, just hang on a second. One of the mods, I think Miss ZD will put the link up there for you, okay? She'll post the link for you. It's Ground Zero radio broadcast, and it's on 350 some radio stations across America live, but it's also on the internet. So you, no matter where you're at, you can listen to it live, okay? And it starts at midnight tonight. I'm on from midnight to 1 a.m. So I'm on for the first hour. He has a 3-hour show, but I'm on the first hour because I got to go to bed. I'm just an old guy. I can't, it's tough enough to be going at midnight. But anyway, you don't want to miss it tonight because we're going to be talking about the metaverse. I'm calling it the Metaverse Madness, and it'll be on the Ground Zero radio show tonight. But let's talk about this, because what is the metaverse? What does it mean? And what are the benefits of it? What are the tragedies of it? What is the doom, the gloom of the Zoom? And does it fulfill Bible prophecy? And do we have to use it? I don't know. But do we have to use it to help take the gospel to the whole world? When this gospel is preached into all the world, does that include the metaverse? Or is that how you get to all the world? Through the metaverse? I mean, I thought I had it covered with, I've been on radio, television, and the internet. But maybe, or is it too crazy? Is there too much madness? Well, there's a lot of craziness and madness on the internet. Think about it. The number one thing on the internet that's watched and visited, the sites that are visited the most and watched the most, is porn. Porn is number one on the internet by far, nothing even close to it. Okay? Yet I use the internet to take the gospel to the world. What do I do about this? What can we do? What is the metaverse? Will it mess up the minds? Is it the doom and the gloom of the Zoom? This is a question we're going to be talking about tonight. Or is it a tool? Just like the missionaries, where they had to go into the cannibal tribes, into some of the areas, in the darkest areas of our human existence, whether it be in the back alleys and the dangers of the switchblade and the Bible and the switchblade with Nicky Cruz, whether it be David Livingstone taking the gospel to Africa, leaving his heart in Africa, whether it be Mother Teresa picking up the dead and the dying of the streets of Calcutta, India. Where is the gospel to be taken? And does it include the metaverse? It's a question that I'm willing to ask the question, because I'm probably the preacher, that I am the guy that really first brought online broadcasting, online church, formed the first ever online church, and I was criticized. I was persecuted and criticized by the mainstream church for about 10 years, till COVID hit, and then everybody started scrambling, looking for a way to do live streaming services when their buildings closed, and I was already out there, and I helped a lot of pastors set their systems up so they could do it. Okay, so trust me when I tell you something. Is it abomination? Probably is. So is television, cable television. So is pornographic magazines. So is pornographic cable. So is pornographic internet, which you're on right now. And so you're on the internet with me right now, and this is one of the worst abominations on the planet. More lies, more misinformation, more hypocrisy, more murder, more wickedness is done on the internet than anything ever created by man, and I'm on it too, and you are too. You're watching me. So what do we do? Metaverse madness. Does the gospel need to find a place in maybe the darkest corners of the world? We'll talk about it tonight. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm praying. I don't know. But we'll talk about it on Ground Zero tonight. I think that Clyde Lewis he lives on the fringe, and I think he knows I'm as close to the fringe as any pastor will probably get. And he's saying, yet, other than Jesus, I want to say this. I think Jesus was on the fringe maybe more than anybody in his era. He kept hanging out with those publicans and all those sinners. They said he was a wine bibber and a drunkenness man because he hung out with harlots that turned him holy. And he helped prostitutes become pure. And he's turned drunkards into deacons and pimps into preachers. And I don't think you want me to start preaching. It's not a compromise. Compromising would be staying home, hiding in my little 4x4 church, my 4 and no more. Compromise would be afraid to speak the truth to a world that's dying and going to hell. That's compromise. I know. I've been in the gospel for 37 years. Compromising would be easy to just go to church every Sunday, preach to 35 or 40 people with my little sign out front. Nothing wrong with it. Nice and safe. Preach to the choir. Never go out there into the darkness. Never go out there like Russ Dizdar and shatter the darkness. That guy. Just saying. Just saying. We're calling metaverse a alternative reality, but folks, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Metaverse will not be an alternative reality. It will become people's reality. Just like Facebook became everybody's front porch, everybody's neighborhood. You found all your college and high school friends. You know everything about everybody else's family. People hung their dirty laundry out to dry. And we all jumped all over that. And we all sat out there and everybody talked about it. We knew everybody getting a divorce. We knew everyone that went bankrupt. We knew every time somebody's family member died. We prayed with one another. We cursed one another. We loved one another and we hated one another, all on the America's front porch called Facebook. We also preached there, and organized churches there, and created great opportunities there for commerce and for hope and for helping. But we also had people do fake identities, draw children in, set up meetings to do harm. Facebook was a fantasy that became a reality, good and evil. Metaverse will do the same. It will be called an alternative fantasy world, which will turn into a virtual world. And that world will become reality. It will be good. It will be evil. It will be abomination. It will be a celebration. There will be rules. There will be misinformation. There will be all types of things happening there. But I will say this, as far as Paul Begley is concerned, and it's easy for me to take a few shots, because I've taken them before. When the dust settles, and all the naysayers who criticize me, folks, like you wouldn't believe on YouTube. Some of you are new to been following me maybe for the last couple of years. You don't know what I went through the first 3 years. Maybe Miss ED knows, and RoboMom, and a few. My good brother Stephen Hawthorne out there in Tulsa, and a few that was with me in the first less than 50 followers. The abuse I took for taking the gospel to YouTube and to the internet was, and a lot of the abuse was from the church. I actually got more from the church than I got from I've been criticized more by the church than I have ever been by the drug cartels of Mexico. I've been hated. So what I'm saying is, When we take a look at where the gospel has to go, this ain't for the faint-hearted. This ain't for the weak. But this is for the meek. For they shall inherit the earth. And maybe even the metaverse. Let's get a song. Just go away and say, Pastor, yeah, the cross even got thrown at me. You're right. Oh, by the way, on demonology, you don't want to miss this, but Tuesday night when I'm teaching the demonology class, you don't want to miss this one. I'm going to actually share with you a real life exorcism. Share the information about it. And demons are real. Oh yeah, and they'll be in the metaverse. No doubt about that.